Are we all good?
We're good.
All right.
We're sitting at the table.
All right, Alice, I want you to imagine it's WWF like Christmas party, and then you use their guesses to base your guess on. You know, it's kind of that kind of strategy. If that makes sense.
Okay. And I think that a lot of my colleagues, particularly if they're like sort of programmatic colleagues, they would probably be questioning some of the answers and saying, no, that's not true.
Oh, that would be really, I'd be amazed if anybody knows any of these facts, but
I bet some of my colleagues would.
all right, okay.
Lost in the sight of you alone. Here I'll stay till dawn. The breeze in the sky sings me a song. Here I'll stay till dawn. Lost in the sight.
I am the global head of digital for International. So that means that I manage our social media channels, websites, email, blogs at an international level, and support our over 90 countries worldwide with their digital communications. And the ultimate goal for me is to make as many people aware of the issues that our world is facing. So it's not just wildlife, it's the habitats they're in, and it also affects a lot of people as well, and get as many people as we can to convert from digital action to real world action. So it might be signing a petition that we then take to a United Nations meeting, or it might be building our Team Earth community group on Facebook, where people from all over the world share what they're doing in their local communities.
Could you go to a website called Yucata? Sorry, it's .de. Sorry.
Okay,
It's German.
yucca.de. At the moment, I've got "Hey, that's my fish" right at the top.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect at all. Amazing being able to play this stuff. You know, like I would never have thought of doing this.
In Hey, That's My Fish, players take it in turns to move one of their penguins in a straight line across the iceberg. The penguin eats the fish on the tile where they begin their movement, and the player actually picks up the whole tile, so the iceberg is disappearing as the game goes on. Penguins block the path of other penguins, and the player who has the most fish at the end of the game is the winner.
Oh, it's fun, isn't it? I don't really know what to do now. Okay, I think I'm
now
gonna do
you're
this.
starting to understand how it works, I suppose. Oh, I've got a great idea about how I can get some fish.
I kind of see what I'm doing, what happens now with the ice flows.
Oh, you've cut me off. Well, I was headed that way. Like a hot game right now is Wingspan, okay? And it's got like marvelous detail. Check this out, a game called The Parks, right? Which is all about the national parks in North America, I think.
Wow.
Barron Park, which is about managing a park for bears.
Cool.
What it is based on a game called Evolution. It's a spin-off of this one. And what it is that you use the traits and qualities of the different animals and combine them. So does this game look interesting?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful.
They all look interesting, to be honest. We've currently got a petition asking governments to stop plastic entering our oceans. And lots of governments have already signed up to it. Over 2 million people have signed the petition worldwide. And it's really important because at the moment, if we carry on putting so much plastic into our oceans, by 2050, there's going to be more plastic by weight than there are fish in our oceans. And a lot of it is ghost gear, so fishing gear that's no longer needed, and it gets just left in the oceans. And marine mammals and fish can get caught up in it. They can eat it. It breaks down into microplastics and it comes into our food systems as human beings. We could actually be eating like a credit worth weight of plastic every week due to all of the plastic in the oceans. So it's a really important part of our work at the moment.
Okay. A credit's worth, you said.
A credit card's worth.
Oh,
Yeah.
crikey.
So if you think
Okay.
about the size of a credit card, we
Yeah.
could actually be, we've got some studies that have been shown that we could be eating that much plastic ourselves.
Really? What, currently?
Yeah, it's all because we're all so interconnected.
As a game of Hey That's My Fish progresses, penguins end up getting isolated on these ice floes, and you're hoping your penguins end up getting a lot of fish to themselves.
So like our penguins on the left, we don't need to do anything about them, is that correct?
That's my understanding. But
Yeah.
then sort of don't understand why it hasn't just sort of cleared them off.
Well, I might just grab these 3 fish just in case you don't get them at the end.
Oh, no, don't do that.
Oh,
Oh, you should have done that because they've now you can't get the one above.
I can't get that one, but I wasn't sure if I'd miss out on them, you see. Because you weren't sure.
But as for like getting isolated on an ice floe, you see, penguins, I think they're quite sociable, aren't they?
Yeah, I wouldn't think, they're called a colony of penguins, that's the collective noun. And they're sort of safety in numbers, really.
So I don't think they would want to get isolated
I
on a
don't
floe.
think they would. No, I think that's anthropomorphizing, isn't it? When we sort of put human traits onto animals,
Yeah.
which we're not allowed to do at WWF, I must say.
Oh, right. Because we do a lot of that in games.
We do it. It's very, very normal. Like, I've got a dog, and I'm constantly like, I wonder what she's thinking, and I bet she's. But obviously, we can't do that. But yeah, we couldn't put like a speech bubble out of a lion roaring and saying I'm tired or something.
That's
Yeah.
part of the philosophy.
Part of our brand. Yeah, part of our tone of voice.
My red penguin and your green penguin are sort of stuck on this long floe at the top.
Yeah.
So this is going to be like that Lady and the Tramp Disney movie where we're like eating the spaghetti.
Yeah.
So we're gonna it's basically who like sucks the spaghetti faster. Well, I'm eating these fish underneath your nose here in the
That's
middle.
all right.
I don't know if you've any inside knowledge about penguins, but does that sound like how a penguin behave?
Well, there's lots of different species of penguin, so they do behave quite differently. But
Okay.
mainly the things to know about penguins is they're monogamous, so they'll find their mate and they'll normally just have one chick. And normally the male looks after the egg and incubates it while the female goes off and gets the fish. It can be the other way around, depending on the species. And as we know, penguins are so beautiful in the water. They're a little bit clumsy on the land.
Ooh, this was fun. This was actually quite close.
It's really close.
It's-
I got more fish in fewer moves. I win.
Right. Did you enjoy the game? Hey, that's my fish.
Hey, That's My Fish was a brilliant game. I really enjoyed it. And you explained it very well.
Thank you. I also want to try and do teaching tutorials on this channel too. So I imagine what you're working with is probably like a bit bigger scale than that.
A little bit bigger, yeah. We've got 4 million followers on Twitter.
Okay, somewhat bigger. That's significantly bigger, yeah.
But I would say I am all about sanity metrics, not vanity metrics, because you probably find that the 30 people who are in your Twitter community really are interested in what you're saying. You probably engage with them and they see your content.
Sanity count or sanity index?
Sanity metrics.
Sanity metrics rather
Sanity
than
metrics, not vanity metrics. So it's like, yeah, I've got like 10,000 followers. Elephant.
All right, I thought I've got missing. I was expecting you to say a particular animal.
Oh, so many. I like swans.
Okay, go again.
Dogs.
No, again.
Lions.
South America.
Oh, sloths.
Right, sloths. Okay.
Sloths. I love sloths.
Right.
I love
Well, I've got a game in mind for you, which is this one's out like 2019. It's relatively new.
So much of our waste is just being absorbed into the Mother Earth, really, and then
Yeah.
it sort of comes around in cycles. into our water systems, into our food systems. So it's just really important to think about what you're buying. Try not to waste things, try and reuse things, and just be a good citizen, really.
Lost in the sight of you alone. Here I'll stay.